Now we're going to write three different equations for quadratics. In this case, standard form. So in standard form, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but we can get a good idea just by looking at the graphs. So for this first one, by the way, standard form looks like this. It's y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. We're not going to know exactly what the b and the a is, but we can get a general good idea. So let's come back over here. The most important features here is that the y-intercept is our c. So this is our y-intercept, and this is c. We know that a is going to be negative because he's a sad face. So a is equal to negative, some sort of negative value. And now we can start to put it together. So y is equal to some sort of negative value for our x squared. So just make sure that it's negative. And I don't know what b is, but I know that it's going to be the axis of symmetry would be if we take b and we double it and we divided it. If we take b and we make it a negative and we divide it by double a, it needs to be negative 2. So I don't know what that is, but I'm just going to put a little question mark here because we don't know what it is. But I do know it needs in a plus 2 because it's at the y-intercept of plus 2. Okay, so this is a nice little general way to look at the graph and say, okay, this is what my function needs to look like. Let's go to the next one and just apply these same rules. Here we can actually know that there is no b because this axis of symmetry is right down the middle, so we can't have a b. A b would shift it to the left or the right, so I can actually figure out exactly what this is. This is y is equal to, we can see that this is some sort of positive value here, so we're going to put a plus because he's a happy face. We have our minimum right here, and this is a positive x squared. We know that there's no b, but we know that it's minus 4 down. We went 4 down. So that's probably what it's going to look like. It might depend on how steep this is. This looks a little bit steeper, but let's not get into that. This is the general form of what your standard form is going to look like. All right, finally, we've got another one right here on the right, and we can see that our y-intercept is at 2. We can see that our axis of symmetry is at negative 2, and we can see that this is a happy face. It's got a minimum, so this is going to be a positive a. So this is y is equal to some sort of positive a x squared. I don't know, again, what my a or b is exactly. I just know that when I divide b by double a, I need to end up with negative 2, and then finally I need to have a plus 2 at the end. So that's really all that standard form is going to be helpful for. We got to convert it to vertex or factor form to get more information about it. But this is a nice general rule to kind of just really quickly look in a graph, and we know that it's going to have a y-intercept of 2, and he's going to have a minimum because the a is positive.